Okay, welcome back to Board Games with the Family. This is going to be our actual playthrough now of Next England Captain. So, what I've done, I've drawn our first starting hand. I will try not to show you what the red player's got until he plays it. We'll start with the blue player. So, the blue player starts with England regular. Now, he needs to be an eligible club and the correct squad status. So, I'm not going to be able to play with that yet. I've got Leyton Orient, which is a club. I've got a second team regular, which is squad. And I've got the face of world football. So, excuse me, looking at these two, I'm not going to play these two yet, but they are quite nice cards. And obviously, if I get England regular and a +7 club, then I can play those two. These two aren't massively helpful. However, you know, there's this one obviously doesn't have any. This can be play at any time. This one is play at any time, but it does say not eligible to start playing for England at this club. So this is what I quite like about this game. It's got quite a lot of cheeky humour in it. Leyton Occidental, I presume that's Leyton Orient, so that's meant to be. And your chance to live in an up-and-coming area of East London. Whereas this one says, he has to reduce his expectations, and to be fair, he's in the right team for that. So that sounds fairly amusing. But I think that's quite a nice little double combo. It gets us on the board, it gets us a squad, it gets us a club, and we can see where we go from there. So remember, part of this game is about... I could equally just choose to discard these two, and maybe see what else we get. But I think for now we'll start. So I'm going to do my first career move. I'm going to play Leyton Orient, or sorry, Leyton Occidental, and I'm going to play my second team regular. And then I'm going to draw my back up to 2 cards, also back up to 4 cards. So we've got a final card there, and we've got the next squad level up, the bench warmer, the pundit, by the way. So anything that's final, so what we didn't touch in the rules, this can only be played on your final turn. Either your final career move or your final turn after your opponent's triggered their career move. So we're not going to be playing that anytime soon. So now red will have their turn. So I think they will... I think they will play their first career move as well. Sorry to shake the camera around. So they are playing... I need to try and hide these a little bit. So they have played focusing on football. Let me turn this light off. Yep, that's a bit better. So focusing on football, play at any time. It says at the end, score 2 extra squad cards from your stack. So this card, if it's still in play at the end, will really help or really be useful to have lots of squad cards in the stack. We're also going to play Fan Buys You a Drink. That's a yellow one, so we can play that as well. Again, that's a play at any time. It's not particularly looking to score that at the end, but again, it's trying to get rid of some of his cards. And finally, he's going to be playing for Stanley Park, which I presume is meant to be Liverpool. So play at any time. With minimum squad level of 6, he's then eligible for England. They pelt the fans from the pitch rather than the other way around. Not quite sure what that means. But that goes into my club area. So we've got 1 card left, so we'll draw 3 cards for him. And I'll try not to show you what they are. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. I'm going to put that light back on because actually it's a little bit dark. Okay, so back over here. So we could play the bench warmer, but it seems really waste of time, I think, to start using a career move just for that. So I think we are going to discard something. So to do that, we have to pay the penalty. And this is a bit like, I guess, fate kicking in, to show you that everything's not in your control. So remember what we do is we flip over the first card. It's the England prospect. Only playable at an eligible for England club. We're at Leyton Orient, which isn't eligible. So actually we can't play that, and that goes into a discard pile. It's a shame because it's quite nice. However, remember, we do have potentially the option of rewriting your own history and grabbing that card. But now we are going to discard some. We're going to discard the bench warmer. I don't particularly see the value. We're going to discard the pundit. It's too early in the game for that. And I'm just wondering, should we discard the face of world football at this point? I think we will. I think we need to get some more cards, some better cards going. So let's see what we get. The kit model. We have the Remember Him. This is quite a poor final card. It's only worth 2 points. And if I can just grab one rather than a whole stack of cards. Oh, Let's go 2. Aha! The Flower Show. So this is clearly meant to be Chelsea. So this needs a minimum squad level of 5 to be able to play for England. Based in Hastings, they're a rich club and no stranger to foreign invasions. So that's quite a nice hand now. So now we can kind of look and say, well, we can play that next turn. And then potentially the turn after that, we could go digging for the England prospect. And that'd be quite nice. And then ironically, we could have had the face of world football, but I've just thrown that away. But then we could start playing the England regular. So we can see some sort of little combos, I think, coming up here. So now it's Red's turn. Actually, I didn't look at the cards before. Okay. Okay, he's actually going to play This Is Your Year. So he can play 2 cards of the same colour. So he's going to play, this could be a bit dangerous actually, but he'll try it. He's going to play the regular starter. And he's going to play the club captain. The reason he played club's regular starter first is, it says here, the club captain, you must not be the first squad card you play. So he's very quickly kind of got established in the Liverpool team, became regular starter, and then very quickly now has become the club captain. So he's now in a really, really kind of good situation. Also, it's quite nice, remember, because this one at the moment is letting him score 2 of these cards anyway. So 2 extra cards, so technically 3. Okay, so that's what he's doing. He now needs to draw up again. So we'll take the camera over there. Okay, so we'll have to see how that works. That could be quite decent. Okay, so back over here. So he's going to play, he's going to do another career move. He's not going to go digging yet. The reason he's not going to go digging into the discard pile is that has to be done first. So it says here, you may also take a card from the discard pile and play it before having your normal turn. So I can't go digging for the, whichever one it was. Because that won't let me, I still won't be able to play it yet. I think it was England prospect, wasn't it? So instead we are going to just go for a normal career move. We are going to play the kit model, because hey, why not? And again, that's got play at any time, and it technically might allow the underwear range. It's quite nice. And we're going to have our move to Chelsea. So we're a young player. We were still bizarrely at a second team regular at Leyton Orient, but scouts snapped us up, as they do, buying all the young talent at Chelsea. Now, that's not always a good move, as history tends to show. Not young players don't always do well at Chelsea, but we'll see how that gets on. And now we'll draw up again to our 4 cards. Foreign move. So again, it allows Celebrity Wife play on your final turn only. But certainly a better card than that one. And I can't pick up the card. And we have a sports drink promo. So that's quite nice. Back over to Red. What's Red going to do? Oh, by the way, I should say you can't ever actually look through the discard pile. So actually, I can't actually remember what the England's prospect was. But the chances are it's not going to be anyway as good as the club captain that he's already got. So I don't see the need to go digging yet. And actually, looking at what he's got... Okay, so he's actually going to go and discard something. And this is where it's a little bit risky. So let's see what we get. A high-selling shirt. Let's play it any time. So, high-selling shirt, play it any time. So he can actually play that. So that's worked out quite nicely. He's club captain at Liverpool. Why wouldn't you have the highest-selling shirt? Worked out for Steven Gerrard after all. And now he gets to discard. So he's actually going to discard the fan favourite. He's going to discard the Wednesday, presumably Sheffield Wednesday. And he's going to discard Oldcastle, presumably Newcastle. And he's going to keep one other card there for now. And now he's going to draw up. If I can. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. So what Red's really looking for, and I won't tell you if he succeeds or not, he is really, really looking for England things, because he's kind of ready now to go to England, but he can't seem to draw the cards. Whereas blue player's got the England card, he just can't seem to actually be able to play it. So now we are going to do our rewrite your own history, or write your own history. And we're going to go digging, and hopefully, if I remember, that England prospect is still there. So, only playable and eligible for England club. Well, clearly Chelsea is eligible for England. You need a minimum squad level of 5. And now we can have our normal turn. So I think we will play. Do we want to play this? So do we want to play the sports promo deal? It's higher than this one, but this one does let you have the access to the underwear range, and that's worth 6 points, I think. So do we hold out for it? No, I think we'll play it. I think 2 to 6 points isn't really worth it, and I think we need to start getting some more cards. We'll play that, and now we will play the England regular because we are an eligible club and we do have the correct squad level. And now rules as written, by the way, if we ever now lose this England prospect, let's say somehow we go back to a second team regular or bench warmer, it doesn't say you lose that England status. So I think once you've played it, I think that stays there. Okay, so now we need to draw back up to 4 cards. We have a girlfriend. And let's see what else we get. Oh, that's a nice combo. So the reason that's a nice combo, we've got girlfriend and wife. So girlfriend obviously allows wife or celebrity wife, but it's minus 5 points. However, the wife allows children, but it's ×2 card of your choice. And we've still got to remember that one, so we can actually play them both at the same turn. So that's quite nice. And so technically, we could actually finish quite quickly. We could play those 2 next turn, and then turn off that, we could play final and try and G up the end of the game. So, but remember, the red player doesn't know what we've got. So what's the red player going to do? He would like that. He can play that. He doesn't really want these 3. Okay, so we're going to take another risk here, and we're going to try and discard. So, oh, that's a nice draw. Manchester Incorporated. I presume that's Manchester United. There's no way around it. To win the title, you're going to have to play for them or finish above them. So we've left Liverpool, crossed the Mersey, not the Merseyside. We've crossed wherever it is between Liverpool and Manchester, the Great Divide, and ended up at Manchester. And we're still the club captain. So, and that was our free move, remember? So now we can discard. So we are going to discard Wimbledon. Why do we want Wimbledon? We are going to keep that. We're going to discard the underwear range because we don't have a kit model and we don't have a luxury player. Our no luxury player, I think, is the 4 squad value. Now, we do know that he's got the... oh, no, he hasn't got it anymore. So he's just covered up the kit model. But even if you hadn't, we know we've already used the dig through the deck anyway, so that's not such a bad thing to discard. Oh, and there's a luxury player, so we're going to discard that as well. And now we are going to go digging. So, car crash personality. Journeyman Pro. And the England captain. Now, the England captain is an interesting one, and we'll come back to that. I just forgot I wasn't meant to show you the red player, but that's what the red player's got. I got carried away. We'll come back to England captain in a little bit. Okay, so blue player's turn. I think he will actually go for... So he's seen kind of what this guy's doing, and he's got quite a few points already. And of course you could add them up. So I think we will try and trigger the end game as soon as possible. So I think we're going to play this. This is your year. Oops, let me knock that one over. And we're going to play the girlfriend. And then straight away we're going to play the wife. And then we're going to draw up again. So we've got a club loyalist, play at any time. It's ×2 of current club, but subtract 1 for all your other clubs. Well, I think wife's probably better anyway than that. And a celebrity wife. Well, I can't do that now because I've got the wife. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now, so I was going to take you through the England captain. So the England captain, it's a massive 30 points. I think this is basically you win the game if you get it. But you need children. You need a +7 club, and you need to be an England regular. Now, we don't have the England regular. We don't have children. We do have +7 club, however. Now, to get children, you need to have a wife or a celebrity wife, and to get celebrity wife or a wife, you need to have a girlfriend. So this guy is miles away from having an England captain. However, he's also looking at this guy here. And this guy has got a +7 club. He is an England regular, and he's already got a wife. So if he's holding a child, he definitely does not want to discard this and give that card to him. So instead, but he's also noticed actually he's only potentially got one move left. So I think he's definitely going to have to play a card here. And he's going to do a career move. Is there anything he wants to dig through? I don't think there's been anything massively great being thrown away there. And this is where you can't look through the discard pile. So he's not going to dig through anything. He's just going to play a normal career move. And he is going to play, certainly his autobiography. He can play that because he's at a +7 squad. And he's at a +7 club. And that's all he can actually play, because I forgot that's an end turn. So he could play the Car Crash Personality. But remember, the Car Crash Personality lets you have, well, the autobiography he's already got. And it allows you a celebrity wife, which he's not massively thrilled about. But it halves everything. So that's not a particularly great card to play, I don't think. Especially as this one lets you score 2 extra cards. Well, at the moment, he's only got 1 extra card in his squad stack. So that's also not massively helping him, but he won't play it for now. And instead, he's just going to draw this. And look what he's got. He's got the children card. So, back up to this turn. So, let's have a think about this. So, we know the one card we really, really want is England Captain. But we know to get the England Captain, we need children. Now, we don't have either of them, and we don't know that the red player's got them both. So, the risk is, at the moment, the wife is a ×2. So, technically, ×2 of any card, it would obviously make sense to ×2 the England regular. That becomes 20 points. Child gives you 5 points. That's a massive drop to take a risk of being able to land that England captain as well. So, I don't think we're going to do that. And in fact, I think what we're going to do, we don't really want the club loyalist, because the club loyalist ×2 current club, which would give 16 points, but then subtract 1 for each other club. There's only 1 there, so that's 15 points. But the wife does it better anyway. So we don't want them, and we don't really want this one, because again, it's only 2 points. But we do have this one. And I think this is one we want. So I think we will actually trigger the end game here. I think we'll play that. We will play the foreign move. And that is the end of the game. So you don't draw back up on your last turn, or that's the end of his turn. And in fact, if you like, it's quite a nice little tableau. He's got married. He's become an England regular. He played for Chelsea. He's obviously was an England prospect. Now he's an England regular. He's got his sports drink promo deal, and he's just landed a foreign move. So I'm sure there are players you could think of like that. Names escaping me at the moment. Played for Chelsea, then went abroad and played for England. I'm sure there are some. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Gareth Bale, except for he plays for Wales and Spurs rather than Chelsea and England, but it's that kind of thing. So, coming back to the red player. So, the red player now has one last move, and this is all he can do. So, he has to play, really. He's going to go and he's going to dig through here and just see if there's anything worthwhile getting in here. Okay, so bearing in mind that we get, it could be worthwhile. What that one? It's not even regular. Okay, so I think what they will do is they will grab the fan favourite. Sure, it wasn't a better one than that. Yeah, okay. Why the fan favourite? It's a bit of a weird one. Why would you go from an 8 to a 6? Because they're also now going to play the Journeyman Pro, which actually doesn't affect it. But they have this focusing on football. And so that's the end of the game. So now all we do, we now add up the points. So we've got focusing on football. At the end, score 2 extra squad cards from your stack. And that's why I wanted this one. So basically, 2 extra ones mean all of these score. Normally, it's only the top one that scores. So it's 14, 17 there. 17, that's 20. This one, so that's that. So that's that, and that is 20 points so far. This one, 2 extra club cards from your stack, so that is 20, so that's 29, 36, I'll make that. Not a great score. We'll come over here and see what we get. So that's 36 the red player got. The blue player has the wife times this, oh sorry, this one by 2, that would make more sense. The foreign move, because 2 of your choice, that's 22, 25, 32, 40, 50. 50 to 36. And that's game. And again, you can kind of talk about the little tableau you have afterwards. So I mentioned this is kind of a bit like Gareth Bale, sort of. No idea if Gareth Bale's got a wife. He's got a girlfriend, I think. Anyway, this guy here kind of now playing for Manchester United. He's a regular starter. He's got an autobiography. So this guy never made it for England. So I'd almost say that... Sorry, actually, he wasn't a regular starter, was he? He was a fan favourite in the end. You try and think of a player who played for Manchester United, was good enough to have an autobiography and a fan favourite, but didn't make the England team, or I guess international team. I guess there's one you could think of. I can't, again, nothing springs to mind straight away. But that's kind of how the game plays. So it's an interesting game. I'll take you back to the main camera, and I'll give you my final thoughts.